Hey, hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are going to be taking a look at lock states and how brilliant they are for your music and why you should definitely learn how to use these. They're going to make your life super fun and they're really easy to use as well. So all this is, right, this is just one group with one bunch of sounds loaded into it, sort of thing, one kit. And you'll see that the pattern is extremely busy. I've used every single pad and the pattern sounds like this. It just goes over 4 bars. It uses everything. So what lock states are, if you hit this little button here called lock, this will take a kind of a picture or a snapshot or a reading of everything that's going on in Maschine. Now this is the same as if you've got multiple groups going on, everything. It just remembers everything for this instance that you hit lock. Okay. Now there are cool ways to use lock states and I'll get to them in a moment. But first of all, once you hit lock, this has remembered everything. So you hit lock, and it remembers the state, make sure the light is on. This means that you can now make adjustments to the sound. So for example, if I just hold mute here and then I'll just mute a bunch of these pads, what'll happen now when I play, these pads will be muted, but as soon as I hit lock again, it brings them all back. Okay, so the other cool thing about that is I can do anything. I can say, right, well, I'm going to go into my plugin browser now, right? And I'm going to go to group level, so the entire group, because you'll hear the effect better. But you can do it on sound level, group level, master level. It doesn't matter, okay? So I'm going to go to group level here, and there's a little plus there. I'm going to hit this little plus, and I'm going to go and find an effect here. So let's see, I'm going to use this grain delay, okay? And I'm going to hit load. Right now at the moment, right, I'm going to turn the mix of this grain delay right down and play it again. So there's our pattern. I'm going to hit lock right now. Loads of effects on it. And then it's back. Okay, now here's the other super cool thing. We'll leave this mix at 0. Hold shift and lock, and this is your lock state page. This is where you can have multiple lock states. I mean pages and pages of them if you want to. So this one here, this is our lock here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this one and light it up, and now I've got a second lock state. Okay, I'm going to go back to my pattern here, and now I'm going to hold mute. I'm going to mute a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to go back into my locks here, and I'm going to hit update. Okay, and now this one is the one without the mute, and if I go back to my first one, it's got everything back in it, right? So okay, now depending on which lock state you want to use next, that's entirely up to you, but let's add another one here. Okay, and at the moment it's the full mix. So let's this time go in and place on that effect on here. So we can go into our plugin browser this time, and we've got our grain delay here. So just let's play. Okay, let's go back into our lock states and update. So this lock state has now got all that grain delay effect on it, right? So let's restart. Go to our second one. So this time, let's go to a fourth one here. Now you can also choose, if I was to choose this one now, and then add another one, we haven't actually done anything to this until we update it. So it's going to sound like the original, right? So Let's go and have a play with that. So let's go into our plugin instance again, and this time, and also we'll mute some stuff, so hold mute. Go to our lock state, update it, go to our previous one, the original one without the mutes. Right, okay, so we've got this. Let's add another one and let's hit update. So now it's remembered the fact that we've done our mutes. So it's taken, I've basically copied this lock state now, and I can go back to my original, go to this one, that one, this one, and now this one, which is the same as this one. So let's mess around with that. Let's hit mute, and well, let's put in another effect, say, for instance. So let's go to our plugin browser here, and this time let's go to sound level. Let's choose this one, and let's put in maybe a reso chord load. Go back to our lock state, update. So now that's that. Now if we go back now, here the reso echo is still there because it's an effect. So let's go to our plugin browser now. Or reso chord, sorry. Update our first one. Here now, we've got the reso on this, reso on that, reso on this, and no reso on that. So the lock state is remembering everything that I want to program into Maschine. Now there is a tip here, of course. If I go to my second one, right, I go to my plugin instance and this one here, and update that while the reso chord is at 0. So update, and then go to this one and I'll just update that. Now just have the reso chord on this one. All right. So setting up lock state is super easy. You just gotta choose a new lock state, for example, this one, and if you play, that will be the lock state for this. Okay, but remember to hit update because that stores the data. Next is the morphing feature. The morphing feature allows you to control the way you switch between lock states. Okay, so this is brilliant for performance. It's super cool. At the moment, you listen, we're just jumping instantly to the morphing allows us to choose how these lock states change when you press the button, right? So if we hit morphing, well, sorry, don't hit it, just switch it on. You've got two modes. You've got travel and target. So travel and target. If you're on target, you can choose how fast, right? So at the moment it's on 1 bar, which is pretty quick. This is how fast it will go to the next target after you press it. So if you're in between a bar, it will go to the next, it'll change on the next available bar. So for example, this is going to be similar. So next bar. My favorite one is travel. This gives you much longer, up to 8 bars. Oh, actually 16 bars. So if we have this set on, say, 4 bars so you can hear it, what's going to happen is if I start on this particular lock state here, it's going to take 4 bars to transition between this one and the next one you press, and everything will smoothly blend and morph into each other. So check this out now. 4 bars worth, it'll change. Four bars to get back to our original. Cool beans. Let's add one more. Let's add one more lock state here, right? And what we shall do with this one is, let me play it. And that's, I'm going to update it as it is, and then I'm going to update it again. So keep remember to update the position on your grid. So I'm going to hold mute and I'm going to switch metronome off. So I've only got 2 groups soloed now. And I'm going to update. So this is this lock state. We've got travel of 4 bars. You really hear it now. Let's go bonkers and let's go say 16 bars. You get really cool transition now. Okay, we'll change it to say 2 bars. And there you go. That's how you use lock states and have a lot of fun with them. Now, you, like I said, you can add as many effects as you like. You can control all the parameters. Just remember that you're saving your state each time you hit update. This way, you're not going to get messed up. So if I was to go to this one now and play, and I hit update, and then I go, well, okay, this is, we know this is this one. It's the same as this one. We can start bringing stuff back in now, maybe. And then hit update, go back to this one. Don't forget we've still got our travel on. If you want to be instant, maybe even half a bar, or you could just turn morphing off and it's just instant. I'm gonna change a bit of this one. So mute, update. there you go. It's epic fun. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. There's links in the descriptions and things for other Maschine MK3 tutorials. If you're interested in learning a bit more about it, yeah, you can find them at the end of the video in a little playlist thing. Anyway, yeah, top job, cool beans. I'll see you guys later. Ta-ra, Maschine MK3 and Lock States.